recording. Good, good. Check, check. And we are back. Starting off with a bomb? Maybe a Hama? Yeah, are you done with it? Done with that in no time. Oh, really? That's a bit of a bummer. Fish, fish. That's a Hama, right? Has to be a Hama. It's either a tiny Kaji or a Hama. Giant Bon! Oh my god, look how big he... They're so funny. I just got it. Ooh, purple and green. That's like a lavender. Let me pull in this Bon. I gotta get out of the habit of looking over while I'm fishing. Oh, nice, you're in the white tug. Black and yellow might be a bit much for me. I like that purpling. What did the center end up being? Where you have the light? Is it just some sort of effect over one color? That light pink is it? Matches well with like. That's the. I like the light green. It might not even be the black. It might be the black or the yellow. I think it's the black, but I don't. Ah. Yeah, I think on the end, the black is the only thing that throws me. I like the purple. It's purple, right? Or is it center making me think? Oh, is it? That's a bummer. Yeah, because the green and the yellow work. It's just, it's funny. It looks like a totally different weapon. I'm sitting here just watching it on repeat. It's just crazy to me because my brain's just like, oh, what gun is that? But it's like... Okay, so it is a silver. It's like a... When I like look at it from a distance, it looks like lavender, but when I zoom in, it's silver. I think it's because the center's pink, it makes the silver look purple until I zoom in. I can like separate. Never noticed the little flower metal on the inside of the gun. Or I guess it's a sun. Oh. I read those backwards. Trying to think of what the other two guns look like. They're not as cool. I actually don't like Desperado a lot. I think it's kind of a lame gun. Some early gun or early weapon. Sandbreaker looks pretty. Sandbreaker. Oh yeah, that's silver. Okay. Instant. I don't even mind the black during the daytime. You also have to think about if you're going to do your particle effect stuff, do you want your weapons to match the particles? And what particles? If it's difficult to color, I don't know exactly what the limits are, but purple. I would just try to get one of those colors to replace the black. Whether it be the... Would purple look down there? Maybe not purple. Either green or silver or black. Got it on repeat. Probably silver. Normally it's a solid light yellow too. Yeah, so... I think you could make it look like the rest of the metal on the gun. Yeah, it sounds weird, but I don't know, the black's just jarring to me. That might just be me. I'm allowed to have bad opinions. Banger. I like it though. I was gonna go monochrome if I did it all black and white. I like the idea of a supernova, or not a supernova, a black hole. The opposite of a supernova. Like the entirely opposite weapon. Give the supernova and the black hole. Would the black hole be a grenade? I don't know. Okay. Then can you double back to all yellow? It might look better for me. You're the one playing, so it's up to you. Although, when you start well, it'll be a while till you get the weapons. Are you gonna edit all the weapons through your playthrough? That's dedication. That's crazy to do that. Good luck. You would have to functionally plan out every step of the way. Okay. The fifth being Griffin Fork. Is it Griffin's? Is it his fork? Whose fork is it? Griffin Fork. Is that a trans... As far as what is a fork? Like, I know the eating utensil, but like... Oh, I like that. Maybe it's just not like that. I like that. I think that looks slick. Yeah, I mean, the only thing more you could do is match the legend of it. Legend is such a goofy weapon. Come on. Who designed these? Like, I don't even know how to think about it, because, like, does it make more sense that Max holds it upside down so that when he swings it, it's right side up? If you... Oh, here we go, big fish. No more messing these up. No more messing these up. Maybe I'm just rusty. Yeah, 165, that's not bad. If you turn Legend into, like, Ghostface, or, like, a spooky ghost, I will lose it. That'll be hilarious. To make him match the other weapon, give spooky white ghost. Do you have yeah, his eyes are yellow, aren't they? Silver would make him look like an Easter Island head. I think you would lose all of the facial features if you did. Whatever shade of black that is. Open up the video, because his mouth and nose don't have any distinct colors, do they? They're just whatever topography. But his eyes have color. Yeah. Yeah, and they're shaded too. I think you'd lose out a lot on his face. Silver might look cool, like an Easter Island head. Plus that'd match your gun and your outfit. His chin's already silver on the underside. I guess his chin's technically, but under his chin. On the flat side of the hammer. I was gonna say the face, but technically the face of the hammer is hard on this. What would you change the red to? There is the pattern within the red. There's a lot. Oh! That is crazy looking. Just a ball of pure light. Like Meridia's beacon. You almost can't see through, so yeah. Right. You almost need color in there. This would confuse the crap out of people online if you just posted this. Like the little one on the handle? Oh, is that what it is? I thought it was a sun. Oh yeah, that makes way more sense. It's kind of small. Yeah, it does look way more like an atom now that you say that. I can kind of picture how they're circling around the center instead of irradiating from. I think purples. I'm trying to think of something small enough that you can identify it. Like a yin and yang symbol is small enough that you can tell, but it doesn't match the. I'm trying to think. Can you color it? If you could put a center that's... No. If you could make the little things look like white petals so it looks like a flower, I don't know. It makes me think the gun of, like, name it Solar Beam or something. Lasers, sun-related. I don't know, but it makes me think of a daisy. Perfect, matching the green. Ask me. Maybe I'm just reaching. The first thing I saw when I saw that little thing down there was a flower, but I thought that was goop. You could very easily turn those little loops into petals, and I believe the flower would be. Somebody didn't grow up with Venusaur. Solar Beam, baby. But I feel ya. I feel ya. I just don't know how detailed of art can you do at that size? That's like tiny, right? There's just a place for everything. That's fair. I get you. I can feel that. Don't cross. I don't know. I'm almost trying to think of how you could, like, turn it into a hand wrapping for the gun. Completely repurpose it. I don't know. I don't know. What all can you do with that size? Could you do an elemental, like or not an elemental, like a periodic square? How detailed can you do, like neon, the square for neon? That seems like 2D. We got nothing. Probably a decent sized Hama Hama. Probably 60. 50. Cute. Alright. I didn't want to start looking for a bigger fish. Get myself bent out of shape. But after losing that one fish, I gotta catch myself a 210 at least. Gotta redeem myself. No, I'm pulling too soon. Yeah, I don't really know outside of like a periodic square or element. I'm trying to think. Ooh, you could do like a star cluster. Like Orion or something. Atari me. Star cluster would probably be the girl in the world. You do the gun and redo the gun in all red and black and do a pentagram. Flip it upside down on everybody. Although you said you specifically didn't want to use fire. Elemental. Big bomb. Quick bite. Oh, we got something decent. Or what this is. Mahama, nice. Get rid of my gobblers. My boys. Okay, so see you turn sideways, friend. That guy on the right's the 120. It's huge. I thought so. More cores? Okay, so that one's like a... Wait, let me... Okay, he's one's bigger out of these two. Okay, it's definitely the guy on the bottom. Wait, maybe not. Yeah, I'm gonna get... Oh, come on. Ooh, what is that? It's like a... Wait. Did you put something inside it? Is there like a symbol in there? What am I looking at? That's... Okay. Okay. I like that. What I... You add something, or is that what it normally... Almost looks like biohazard. Guys, right? Can you do green inside the glow, or is that too much? That might be too much green. Should I get rid of my gobblers? If I'm gonna keep fishing here? Anything I can get rid of in my inn? Not really. Like out of room. Should I chuck my gobblers? I think I'm gonna chuck the gobblers. Oh, it feels terrible. But I don't care that much. It's over. I like that. I'm just trying to figure. It looks like you added some the inside of the orb. God, trying to make it more. It's more visible. I always thought it was just like 3 concentric circles. I didn't realize there was actually stuff going on inside there. Okay, let's get this guy in. Excuse me. Just thinking about what like an Unreal Engine 5 Supernova would look like is crazy. Having like an actual sun inside of it. How crazy modern Dark Cloud would be. Like procedural generation's just gone wild. Absolutely wild. So as far as being able to like produce random levels goes, be interesting to see. Too bad Sony can't see potential in their products. Like quite literally a meme at this, that they can't see potential in their own products. Oh yeah, that's like crazy. Like lightning? Like lightning in a snow globe. Wow, you ever? It looks like a lightning crystal, actually. But like crazier. I like the color. I like the color a lot. Oh, got a big fish. Decent. Decent. Not a record, I think. No, it's a record. Good though. What would my thoughts be on if it looked like that officially? I'd like it, just not if it was called Supernova. I would like it just as much. That's crazy. That's underneath what's normally the Supernovas. So that's what's underneath that. That's wild. Wait, what? Maybe it's just because I'm on the PS2 that you can't see it. Okay, you drew the whole texture. Okay, yeah. No, yeah, I would definitely prefer yours because of the the interior texture. It looks like lightning. It looks crazy. It would definitely have to be a lightning weapon instead of a fire one. It looks so cool like that. I don't think you have a choice. 101 Kachi. Kachi? I want to get those mixed up. I think the only thing I would need to see on that would be the green swapped out for like a purple, a light lavender, like I was talking about earlier. That'd be it. I like the green. change the colors or intent? Besides maybe changing the greens to purples just for the sake of seeing color vary. I still can't think of anything for the symbol at the bottom besides periodic square, but like again, I don't know if you can do that. I like the tip. I like the tip. Maybe the bolts. I would maybe change the bolts so that they're not matching the rest of it. Maybe the bolts to the yellow to match those tips. I don't know if that might be too much. Purple and yellow can sometimes clash as well, but at the same time, I believe that's the color of, like, royalty. Okay, decent fish, probably 110, 101. But that's my range, I'm guessing. Way too. 99. Oh! I haven't done that in so long. I literally wiggled it right as something bit. It's been so long since I've... Those are the worst. Easy. Okay. It's too bad none of her armbands really stand out. Wish more of them were noticeable on her arm. Hey, let's... Oh, okay, that's a big fish. What do we got? Decent. It's over 150. Over 150. We're not in the 200s, I bet. That'd be nice, but 127. Dang it. That felt great. Dang, it is startling to think that, yeah, like a 250. You don't even, yeah, like, you don't even get to struggle against something that big. You make a mistake, it's gone. You will immediately know you have one of those fish on a hook. Roll. There we go. It's like a game-sized bond. Oh yeah. Do the screws in. Don't even change the green. I think that is perfect. Don't do the green instead of the, yeah, leave the green. I think that is just enough extra color. I like that. That's an 8 or 9 out of 10 right there. Maybe if can the tip of the gun be the same color gold? Or can you tone the gold down to the tip of the gun? That asking. It's for your playthrough, so whatever you care about. Yeah, making those bolts a different color, I think, did so much for it. Makes it so much more distinctive. Yeah. Yeah, that's night and day between two different videos. Either or, because are they the same yellow? They're not the same yellow, right? I was just wondering if you could change one to the other. Whichever you would prefer. I'm a man of matching colors. That's just my 2 cents if you were asking for it. If you weren't, sorry for throwing it in the little pool. Right in there. Didn't think anything of it. What you have now, I think, is great. The green's perfect. Silver's perfect. Tip of the gun's perfect. I just can't tell if the tip of the gun and the bolts are the same color yellow. I think they're the same now that I have it zoomed in. Oh, it seems to have some, okay. Nothing about pitch lighting, but I like it. I think that's about perfect. I'm not sure what I would change at this point. I still don't know what to do with the symbol, I'm sorry. That little symbol on the handle is just so weird. Or the grip, I guess it's a grip. Cool. Too bad you can't, like, copy the glowing center and put it in the handle instead. To replace it entirely, but that'd be modding, wouldn't it? Or would that just be copying textures? I don't know. That'd be cool if you could replace that little weird atom down there with all of its electrons or whatever with another glowing sun. That would be insane. But I don't know if you can do that. I don't know how that works. Oh, is this one in daylight? Oh yeah, that's sweet looking. Oh, even the trigger's gold. Very nice. Very nice. I don't know if I'd change it. I'd rank that 9 out of 10. Okay, another good one. 130s. I'm starting to get a feel for this. This might be low 110. Oh, 123. It's a Hama Hama. Not bad. Hama Hamas put up a weird fight. When you catch them on the direction they're heading, you get super nice reel back on them. But they're a big fight. Oh, no problem. If there's anything I'm good at, it's being strongly opinionated. You don't really need to be smart at it. Have an opinion. I'm catching great Hama Hama. My Kaji luck. Kaji? Kaji. Kashi. Could be better. Threw that one away because we weren't paying attention. But again, I think I wasn't paying attention because I saw the bar go up relatively high. I don't think it was high enough to call for red alert. But I would love to get to. I think if I saw a 250, I would go on to fishing Baku Baku. Or if I go to chapter 5, I don't know. Not that I'm gonna discover anything, but I feel like this game needs looked over for water holes. There's gotta be one secret watering hole left that is worth checking, but I can't think of where to look. And when I see the guy Pokemon Fan 4000, fly under the map in Chapter 5 and go fishing, the fact that they use a lure rod, to catch a Baron makes me think it's just the same exact water as up top, and it's not unique. But you don't know if you don't go down. Maybe it's only Barons. Maybe you can catch Barons with a bait rod. Who fucking knows? But I don't. That's a lot of glitch hunting. Do you think Kevin actually kept track of what his largest fish are? I'll have to catch his next stream. Ask him. I don't think I can dig through 24 hours. Oh, I might have to dig through 24 hours. He'd appreciate it. I don't think I would. Although, if I just skip through it in segments, I might be able to find where we've commented the length of the fish and then go back. feel like he didn't catch any, like, super big fish when I was around. I'm trying to remember. I did watch him catch those barons. That does look intense. That looks crazy annoying to wrestle in a baron. I think he just caught insane amounts of fish. Got a bung. Alright, we are, what is that? 2/3 through the stream, 4 hours to go. Yeah, I couldn't think either. It's just... It probably doesn't even look bad as just a circle. What's the background of the circle gonna be? I think any star would look... Stars are badass. Ooh. Yeah, possibly. What's the rest of the theme? Definitely catch your eye. Yeah, I thought, could you do a, like a constellation down there? Like do black and then some white dots as like stars? Set up like a constellation? I don't know if you can do that. I might just be crazy. You were ignoring that. Crazy request. Yeah, stars are obviously a great theme. Ooh, could you do a planet? That's too deep, right? No, you couldn't put like a ring around it. That'd be no. Could you? Could you do like a Saturn? No. That'd be modifying the texture, wouldn't it? Oh, decent. I don't think it's no record fish. A good fish though. It'll replace the gobblers I threw away. Unless it's a Hama Hama. Up 110, not bad. Yeah, see that's the bummer. Right above max. That's enough. Just trying to What are you doing, June? I don't want to wrestle with you right now. Are you just gonna sit by me, or are you gonna... Don't mess with the microphone, please. I spent all morning working on it. You can just sit here with me, you're fine. I will let you sit here with me. But the second you start to kick the microphone, your little feet all over. Wild. Oh no, this is not good. I am yawning. Great, I am not making well. Falling apart. Is that why you're sitting with me, little cat? Are you trying to put me to sleep? Oh god, my other cat's yawning. I'm putting off a vibe, apparently. Coke. I feel like Cokes have gotten smaller. They still say 16 ounces, but I don't believe. Bottles look small. Gotta be a Hama Hama, right? Nighttime. Yep. Dang, I just thought an eyeball, but that wouldn't match the thing at all either. Dang, we're catching a bunch of Hama Hama. Bring them on in. It's a giant bond! I thought it was a Hama Hama. Look at the size of that thing. He's huge. Getting posted. Made it, buddy. That's like the highest honor. Sad part is, I know the upper limit of their length is hundreds. So, on paper, I could get a bigger bone. Large margin. But I don't know how much bigger bonds get FP wise. I swear I caught one in the 80s. But maybe I was thinking and how that end? Fish. I gotta pay attention. After I threw that one fish away, I've been disgusted with myself. I will have to go back and make sure I didn't throw away. 80cm bond, only 65 FP. Yeah, there's room for it to get bigger centimeter-wise, but it might have caught a 70 bond early. Not that it really mattered. Oh, go. Sit with your sister? Go. Aren't those called like the North Star? Road Star? Another giant bond. Oh my god, 3 in a row. Like, massive bond. That one was longer and the same FP. What's up, JoJo? Yeah, me too, and June's in the chair. What? Oh yeah, like a compass. Yeah. All the cardinal. I apologize if I sound distant. It's standing up because the cat took my... By cat laws, it's her chair. I think you've knocked that one out of the park. I'm not sure what else you could do to this. So can you just like save those files and then always have those colors? How that? Oh, nice. Whatever. Oh, so you could technically fix the clown's boxes so they're actually the right colors. Ah, we were just catching giant bombs. Ooh. It would have been so cool to have the Happy Clown in like Dark Cloud 3 be a secret unlockable or something. It's such a unique character. Like, who the hell are they? Well, it asks if you want the yellow or the red box, but the red box is actually pink with a red ribbon, and the yellow box has a green ribbon. So it's like, what the hell are you talking about, clown? Like, is it the red ribbon box or the yellow box, or is it the green ribbon box and the red ribbon? The clown does not have the colors right. The clown's also wearing a mask, technically. But if you look at the colors corresponding to the boxes, the clown's actually... No, he doesn't say ribbon. So, like, when he refers to the red box, it's actually like a pink box. It's definitely not red. He's crazy. I mean, it's a clown hiding inside of a chest. I think it'd be hilarious. Yeah, if like you opened 100 of him, he suddenly appeared on the train or something. And then you could recruit him. And every time you opened one of his chests, you always got the right answer. He's probably always been my favorite part of the game. He's just so eldritch. Just, again, he doesn't fit into the rest of the story. Why is he a clown? Why is there this magical clown that grants you... doesn't make... Who at level 5 loves clowns? Somebody. Somebody high up. Really like. Agonies. Oh, is that the purple? I do like the purple. I might even like... They have the same star down at the bottom. That makes me think of... I like the purple. It makes me think of the Big Bucks hammer. What are the colors on the Big Bucks hammer? That's like identical. Those purple and yeah. Oh, here we go. But this... Please be in the 200s. It's been so long since I've seen it. I don't think... No, I'm already in 6... Not happening. I do like the purple. I like the green. I just think I like the purple because it looks like the Big Bucks hammer. I love it. Let me Google. Yeah, I think the colors are identical to the big. It's pretty close. I think that's why I like it so much with purple and yellow. I like the green though. It's your playthrough, so it's whatever you like. I would say the green is a 9 out of 10 and the purple's a 10 out of 10. Maybe if it were Monica, I can agree with that. Back to... It does kind of make him look like a pimp. Purple. A pimp named Maximilian. Especially if you had the big bucks hammer. Oh my god. Yeah, the green looks more like a legendary weapon, whereas the purple looks like you customized it to maximum how much it, like, matches. The purple looks like you made it. The green actually looks like something you would get building up your weapon. Or... I think if I do this game on an emulator, I am going to go hog wild with it. You know, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just enjoy this playthrough and leave it here. Maybe I'll figure out how to do an emulator playthrough and like all those glitches that guy does, and see if I can't get bodies of water he does. Testing, but like the save states and stuff. So my mental rain into the sands of the... Yeah, because the glitch to get under the Georama area in Chapter 5 and then get over to the fishable area looks... Hello! Welcome! We are fishing currently. Trying to catch the big one. Excellent. By any chance, do you know what your largest fish sizes are? I like data. Data. Gotta adjust the threshold. Oh, yeah, so I did adjust the threshold, and the reason for that, I think, is because my microphone is buzzing like absolute king crazy, and if I change the threshold, it just starts buzzing. I might be wrong. Oh, nice. Yeah, I normally just play through the game as well, but this playthrough, it is all about... Oh, it's pretty much all about everything. We just got to Chapter 4 the other day. And then I sprinted here so that I could do some fishing. We're looking to catch some big fish. The goal. I've got most of the medals in the... I haven't really tried for any Chapter 4 medals yet. Again, I just wanted to get to the Shigura village so that I could, It is Shigura village, right? Yeah, totally Shigura. I've never actually used the lure rod. I've been calling him Shingala this whole time, but it's actually the one's name. I've been calling them all one single name. That's horrible. June, you're stealing the whole chair. It's like the dog in the bed situation. You don't get the whole chair. Tiny cat. You have to split it. God, you're in... over here. I do need to grind some metals here soon, because as soon as I grind metals, I can make Legend and Island King. Well, I'll probably make grade 2. Hey, don't... You get kicked out the second you touch the cords, you know that. Bad, bad cat. What is with you? I've never played Dark Cloud 1, so I cannot truthfully answer that question without being biased. I have only ever played Dark Cloud 2. I've been thinking about playing Dark Cloud 1 here recently, but it falls into a weird category of just slightly too for me, where some quality of life features just aren't there, and that bothers me. But I recently watched a little bit of a not a glitch video, but a farming video. It kind of Which one do you prefer fishing in? I've heard both. Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people, but like, I don't think I've ever thought in this game I'm moving that slowly. I mean, sometimes I feel like I could be moving more optimal, but I guess I may have to play through myself, see what this whole feather nonsense. I'm mostly interested in all the different characters. Yeah, this game progresses quite well. And there's only a few times where there's like a massive spike in there. Mostly boss fight. I do hear that Dark Cloud 1 is incredibly grindy. It actually draws me towards it. But again, with how old the game is, it just doesn't seem as fun to grind in that game when I could grind in this game. But I'm kind of nearing the end of what I can grind in this game. So like, what am I gonna do? God, what is it? I did. Look at how stylish my boy is. Look at him. Oh, decent fish. I was looking at Max that whole time on my computer. Probably like a 101, 102. Oh, it's a Hama Hama. Nice, 101. Perfect. Move your feet, lose your seat, get out. Here's mine, June. Oh, you're asking them. You already know I liked it. There was in Dark Cloud too. So I prefer. Blah blah blah. Dark Cloud 2 fishing mechanics, but I prefer how fishing Dark Cloud 1. Yeah, I have heard that. I think a lot of the mini games were not implemented not well enough, but I don't think the rewards were large enough. Like a lot of the Sphida rewards are terrible. For instance, the repeating rewards are all just god awful, and I get why, because they didn't want you just constantly repeating a level getting the same reward. But at the same time, if you can complete a level that many times, you deserve it. So like I definitely agree with you that fishing doesn't give you a large enough pool of rewards. Because you have to fish, and then you have to raise the fish, and then you have to put them in competitions. And then you get your reward. And then it's kind of random still. So I can agree with you there. What are you doing, June? Don't go behind the computer. June? God, you're a savage cat. Okay. I mean, you worked really hard on it. I believe you have good taste. Good aesthetic taste. I think most people would like it. I don't believe you can spend too much time on a passion. I don't think that's possible. I think you can burn yourself out, but I think a lot of people burn themselves out on their passion, and I don't think you can call that a bad thing. I think if you're passionate about something, you can spend just the right amount of time on it. Actually, sometimes, depending on your lifespan, I don't think you get to spend enough time. I think Bob Ross could have painted shit until the day his fingers disintegrated. I think Dark Cloud 1 is pretty smooth and fun, actually. Back floor keys are something that definitely interests me in the store, and you'll get that way. So that's hilariously... Okay, yeah, somebody was mentioning stuff like that. Who's the guy with the helicopter hat who looks like the other guy in this game? Osmond? Osmond? Osmond. He uses guns in the first game. He has like a helicopter hat. I watched a video of somebody saying one of the best levels to grind money was with him on some forested floor for Menin bait, the little brown googly-eyed guys. How far into the game is that? Because they were like, it's the best grinding, and it didn't look like that good of grinding. Is it earlier than what you just said? Oh, somebody's... in Stranger Danger. Chapter 5, so what you said's even earlier, right? Yeah, Chapter 3, back floor keys. Chapter 4, you can catch barons with the eyes. Okay, okay, so yeah, that person's crazy. Interesting. Oh, decent fish. Not massive, not massive. Definitely a keeper. It's a keeper. I'm not sure. This is probably not 150 range. This might not be a keeper. 116. Nope. I'm rusty. It didn't look that good. They were like, you just gotta fill up your entire inventories with these minions. Or minons. I think it's minons. Minons. M-I-N-O-N, yeah. And it just looked tedious as hell. And again, I didn't know how crystals and stuff worked at the time when I watched the video, but they were like, you can buy one crystal every blah blah blah. And it was just like, one crystal, what? It won't even be the same beast going up from PS2 to emulator. But yeah, they were playing as Osmond. Dang, Chapter 5. Yeah, their whole game plan was you just went around the woods and you collected sun drops on a certain level because they were like, oh, the boss always has like a sun drop because you have to be able to get into the boss room. So you use the sun drop to get into the back room and farm them or something like that. But like it just did not seem efficient. Yeah, Dark Cloud 2, you feel rich, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I need some flame crystals, and you're broke. Or you need some bait, and you're broke. Or it's like, oh, I got a new recipe. Let's make this, like, Nova Cannon arm, and you're broke. Okay, so this bar's filling up faster, but I'm reeling them in pretty quick, so I don't think this is a keeper. I gotta get some bigger fish. We haven't caught anything big in a while. My fish are kind of sucking. Yeah, 115. Where are the big fish at? I just started cheating and doing the turkey glitch at the start of the game. It's not that slow. You just make 600 turkeys and you're good. Steel in Borneo. That's your... If you'd have hit me with the Eric method, I'd have believed. Steel in Borneo? How are you getting steel so... How are you readily getting steel? Stinger wrench? Bandit brassard? Which path you going? What's your method? What are you stealing? Your loot. Your angle. Donnie gives you a bandit coin. Oh, yeah, that's a... There. Right? Right? What are you stealing with Borneo that's worth so much? Okay. I just didn't know if there was somebody who dropped like steel balls or something. Critical is really I used to like Critical a lot because when I was younger, I only used machine guns. And putting Dark on the machine guns is so funny. You have to have Absorb on a machine gun with Dark or you will just kill yourself. But yeah, I pretty much only do Dark Absorb now, which I feel bad. I like healing, but you can't really have healing on a weapon with Dark, or else you're missing out. Yeah, the Supernova looks great. The Island King doesn't even look like the same weapon. It really is. You customized it. It really isn't even the same weapon. You went above and beyond with the Island King. It's not that I hate any of them. It's just I don't get how Island King is the final weapon. I just don't think it's cool enough to be the final weapon. You want it like 2 from the top, 3rd from the top, 4th from the top, that's fine. I just don't think it's number 1. That's my problem with it. Legend I came around on once I started wearing the clown outfit. I think it looks really funny with the clown outfit. But again, same thing with Legend. I think that Raid 0, I think, makes Legend look not as cool. But maybe it's just... I also think Max got, like, shortchanged because Monika has so many freaking weapons. And, like, yeah, Max has some cool stuff, but, like... Big Buck's hammer is not a final endgame weapon. It's only good for wealth and steel. Yeah, Muramasa's great. The sword freaking game's named after. Dark Cloud would have been a great one. Is it the coolest looking one? No, but again, I think you can just sit there and rival Island King. It's also weird that she didn't have multiple final tier ones. I think that would have solved it for a lot of people if she would have just had 2. I think Muramasa is gonna look insane. I just wish you could get it earlier. Which sucks, because technically you can get it as early as Chapter 3, but you can't beat the monsters to get it. Because you could glitch into Chapter 6 and get the Amano Murakumo, but you can't build that up. I think that's the only thing I would actually change about this game, is getting rid of those requirements. I mean, like, I understand why they make you beat certain monsters, but, like, I think if somebody builds a weapon up that far, they deserve it. I think they've earned it. Just let them have it. But I get it. I get balance. I understand balancing a game. 130 Hama Hama, not bad. Hamana Hamana. You'd be too powerful too early. That's fair. You're afraid. You're afraid of your own potential. I think that was their biggest mistake, honestly. Not including, like, because you could have kept Max and Monika totally fine. Absolutely fine. Max and Monika are in Dark Cloud 2. But I think all they had to do was make the third person playable, and this could have been one of the greatest games of all time. Give Gordon a spear or something like that from the other game. Give Donnie the slingshot. I don't know. But, like, after playing Rogue Galaxy, I think that made me realize it's not that I've never played Dark Cloud 1, so it's not that I missed that from Dark Cloud 1, but I think it's a missed opportunity. Like, there's a bunch of weapons that they programmed in the first game and then didn't bring over. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Lyn could have been playable. All of them could have been playable. Like, I think that's one of the few missed opportunities for this game. Especially if you went, like, Kingdom Hearts style and you gave all of the people certain health amounts. So, like, you didn't have to worry about using health upgrades and stuff like that for them. But again, we're also looking at a company that made Monster Transformation and shipped it, so I don't think we can ask that much from them. I would like to have a conversation with the man who made Monster Transformation, and I just want to know, what were you doing? Were you tired? Were you hateful at the end? Why did you make Monster Transformation so difficult? blame the person who had the idea. Who am I blaming? I'll blame somebody. I'll blame anybody but me. Oh, yeah. The worst part, I mean, like, the worst part of it is when you check the monster transformation screen, it still says you need 100 experience. I have no idea how many characters it would have had, but still to this day, I think the closest we ever got to Dark Cloud 3 is Dragon Quest VIII. If you look at the timeline, it matches up. And if you ever play Dark Cloud 2 and Dragon Quest VIII in the same day, they feel so similar. Like, not actual gameplay-wise, but when you run around the world and you interact with stuff, it feels like you're getting the same reaction time and, like, movement speed, turnaround speed, stop times. Everything feels so similar. Yeah, but like when you play Rogue Galaxy, it feels totally different. So like the engine's gone by then. So I think whatever Dark Cloud 3 was going to be got through to Dragon Quest VIII's team, and that's all we get. But I love Dragon Quest VIII. You don't get everything you want. Dark Cloud 2 did too many things. That's why I like playing survival games like Ark Survival Evolved and Conan Exiles, because I like to build towns. But I think a lot of games back in the day just didn't make it because they didn't have things like social media to spread. I mean, like, you had to pay legitimate money back in the day for ad space. And if you weren't one of those companies, it just didn't happen. And again, Sony doesn't, like, know how to fucking market their stuff. I love Conan Exiles. I don't want to brag, but I was technically a world record holder for a while. For, like, the dumbest thing ever, but I spent weeks trying to figure out how to level up a character to 60 as fast as possible. And I got it down to like an hour and 40 minutes. I didn't have any competition, so, you know, that's always nice, but I worked hard on that. I spent weeks soft resetting characters. In a modern day, like, environment, Dark Cloud 3 just makes so much sense with everything being procedurally generated. Like, that was the premise of the game back in the day. Like, hey, every level's similar, but, like, not the same. But, like, that's everything today. They could do Dark Cloud 3 in space and people wouldn't bat an eye. Oh, every planet's procedurally generated. I just don't think enough of the original staff is there to capture the heart. That's, yeah, if they ever bring it back, I just fear that it'd be too long since and it would just be a soulless cash grab because it's just, that original team can't be there. Yeah, the last time I stopped holding my breath, Dino Crisis got a 4th installment with a different name. I can't even remember what it's called, but I literally choked on my drink when I was watching the Capcom showcase. What is that called? It's Dino Crisis 4, but I can't remember what they called it. But they called it something totally different, and it's just like, oh god, they tried to rebrand. But I almost fear that Level 5 would try to rebrand Dark Cloud as something else, but like the fans would immediately know. Like try to sneak it under Sony's nose. This is a decent looking fish. I haven't caught anything good in a while. those first couple of pulls were good, but I think I'm just rusty. Literally, first thing out of my mouth was I haven't caught a big fish in a while. Yeah, 165's not bad. Dark Cloud with jumping would be phenomenal. That up there. See, yeah, Rogue Galaxy needed to be what saved Dark Cloud. But it didn't have it. Traditional skills in Cloud. Not a hot take at this point. Everybody's got their own opinions about what they'd want. Not even sure what I'd want in Dark Cloud at this point. Honestly, you want to hear a hot take? Are you both ready for a hot take? I wouldn't even mind if Thirst returned. I've never even played Dark Cloud 1, but I see that Thirst meter. I see what's up. I see you, game. I'm not afraid of a little survival. Dark Cloud 2, the sequel, or like do a Borderlands thing where they do the pre-sequel and they connect the two games. That's like the easiest cash grab there is when you just combine two games, because then you don't have to write any story. Man, I am slaughtering this fish. I am just guessing him. Got the Sharingan on. Oh my god, he's just in. He stood no chance. Back floors would... So, yeah, back floors would probably be cool, especially if they did away with Dark Cloud 2's nonsense. Those rooms that don't have anything special in them make me so angry. Also, the chests where it's like, is it a poison trap? Is it a weapon destroying trap or an exploding trap? Those never should be empty. I have had multiple times on this playthrough where I've opened one of those trap chests and it's been fucking empty, and I feel like quitting playing for the day. That shit, unacceptable. Yeah, see, like, you could just, again, you could do, like, Max and Monica, and then you just pick up all the people, and then maybe in the last dungeon you pick up Tone after rescuing them or something. That was a chonky bond. See, that's the thing I'm noticing, though, like, you can catch fish at a certain point that are longer and look larger than fish with higher FP. Like, the fish you called that was 160 FP when I was catching gobblers is the largest gobbler I have. But, like, the 167 FP gobblers I have aren't bigger looking. They weigh more, but they don't look bigger in the aquarium, if that makes sense. So, like, there's a golden ratio of weight to length that actually makes the fish look larger in the aquarium. I wonder, is that scale model? Am I just describing scale model? God, am I dumb? Don't answer that. Rhetorical. The scale model part isn't rhetorical. I actually don't know. How does the aquarium work? Is there like a formula? Yes, X and Y axis. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, I just got a horrific Wendy's. Oh, what does that mean? Salt? Do I need salt? Craving salt? I haven't had any salt today. I probably need salt. I just got a wicked craving. I probably need salt. I actually started to like mechanics like that. When you can change... I didn't normally like games that let you change the difficulty while you play them. But as much as I dislike Borderlands 3, the mayhem system that game had, I really liked. That you could adjust difficulty and challenge and all that other stuff once you beat a game. It really adds to replayability. I didn't like Borderlands 3 at all. Well, that's not true. I did like some of it. But I will say the game has decent replayability. Salt, meat, cheese more than anything. I said I just crave Wendy's. You just described my craving like perfectly and made it worse. My Wendy's, my local Wendy's, just got the $7 biggie bag. Oh, it's my favorite thing out. I used to be a 4 for $4 person, but I don't think anyone in the country can still buy one of them. So like the best I can get locally is a $7 version. But it comes with a bacon double stack, and oh, I love it. I love a shitty they're not even that bad, honestly, compared to like the other restaurants nowadays. Did I even tell you this? I quit playing a Borderlands 2 playthrough, like stone cold turkey, done playing it, and started playing Dark Cloud 2 because of you guys. That's what I was doing before I started playing Dark Cloud 2 again. So I'll have to go back to that at some point. If you would like to change... Yeah, so like Borderlands 3 lets you do that. You could like change the difficulty of the game and make like certain things harder. Like enemies would do more damage, you'd take more damage, but the rewards would be better. I think that'd be perfect for Dark Cloud. It'd be perfect for Dark Cloud, especially because it checks to see if you've beat the floor before. So if you returned, it'd be even better. We could do that. I actually think I enjoy playing the Borderlands games less on stream. So I'd actually be down for that. I never finished my Borderlands 1 playthrough. I remembered a glitch and like played around for a few hours and forgot that I was streaming and was just like, oops. But where did I just drop off on Borderlands 2? Oh, the Wildlife Preserve. I just finished the Wildlife Preserve. Yeah, see, there's a lot of stuff they could combine between. Honestly, I didn't play it solo until like recently. I was a sophomore or a junior when it came out. I can't remember, but I used to always play it with my friends in high school. Always play it. Vermivorous, all that stuff. Raid bosses, until the raid bosses got to the point where you had to be like super into the meta. I need to play Ni no Kuni. Is that the White Witch or is that just a DLC? I need to check out those games. They remind me so much of the Tales games. The only thing I've heard bad about the Ni no Kuni games is that they're too easy. And that you have to pretty much play them on hard mode, which then ruins it because once you beat hard mode, you're like, oh, I'm ready for like actually hard mode. And it's like, oh. I have a lot of ideas for Dark Cloud 2. I think about it quite often. I should write them down sometime. Okay, so they did. Okay, that does make. I'll have to check it out then. They're not expensive games, from what I can tell. I'm so backlogged, though. Honestly, and I hope I don't get flack for this, the artist for Dark Cloud is, like, brilliant. I don't know if they've stolen a lot of stuff and I just don't pay attention to it, but, like, I wouldn't want to put them up there with, like, Hayao Miyazaki and whatnot, but, like, their work is great. Like, Toriyama, the guy who does Dragon Ball and stuff like that, and does Dragon Quest, like, those people are world famous. And Dark Cloud's got great characters. Great character design. And again, I'm sure you can point out a lot of inspiration and maybe a little too much plagiarism here and there. You say that, but then Island King, I do. You're right. So true, so true. Yeah, I'm really excited to, like, go through all the weapons and stuff. I think that'll be one of the things that makes me enjoy Dark Cloud more, is that I've played Dark Cloud 2 for so many years, so I actually get to see where all this stuff came from. Yeah, it's, like, it's crazy how good the art and stuff is. Because, like, it's almost all completely original ideas. Like, again, you can point out some inspiration here and there, but, like, it's just great. Yeah, everything is great. I think one of the biggest epitomes of, like, knowing you have a good game is the menu and stuff. Like, not being annoyed to open up your menu and, like, rearrange all your items is phenomenal. And, like, every item having a good icon and knowing what you're working with. I will say I'm interested in Dark Cloud 1's areas. They look a little more lively. Maybe not better graphics, but they look like there's more going on. Oh, I need to go back to my Dragon Quest IX, please. I haven't touched that in... It's probably been like 5 days, but... I'm excited for that. I don't think I've played a second of Dark Cloud 1. I bought it for a steal. I can't even remember how much I paid for it. It might have been less than $10. But I got it with disc and booklet, no case. But I think it was less than $10. Oh, you're getting another one? I gotta be the Mura. I gotta see the Mura if you're doing another one. Or Yellow-Faced Legend to make it look like Bart Simpson. I'm just kidding. Don't do Yellow-Faced Legend. Please don't. It'd be cursed. The Sims. Hey, no fish. That doesn't happen very often. Rogue Galaxy has good character and weapon design. It's got decent story. It's got stuff all over. The enemies aren't as good. They repeat way too much. I hated that the freaking tarantulas were in chapters, I think, 2 and 3 or 2 and 4, like almost back to back. It was so annoying. My biggest problem, though, with Rogue Galaxy is, like, once you get to Chapter 5, there are so many prompts on your screen that it's just unnecessary. You'll have, like, a teammate being like, hey, do you want me to do a special attack or heal somebody? And then it's like, hey, your Burning Strike's available. Like, hey, you've collected 16 this. And get the fuck off my screen. Like, this is too much. And then the worst part about Rogue Galaxy, hands down, great game. It's a lot of fun, enjoyable, got a lot going on. But the balancing is piss poor. You can one-shot almost every enemy in the game with magic, and all magic is area of effect magic, meaning as soon as you get into a fight, if you cast any form of magic, you basically win. It doesn't. It really doesn't have balance. It's so weak. Like, if you use your sword for 5 minutes, you're like, yeah, this is a good fight. Oh, wait, I forgot to cast a spell, and then everything dies. It's like, oh, wait, yeah, shit, I just wasted 5 minutes. But yeah, like, it's so much fun when you have, like, a cutscene and you get to play through it and you're enjoying yourself, and then all of a sudden you're just like, well, yeah, time to grind weapons. I wish I had it written out for you. You like to grind weapons in Rogue Galaxy? Do you really like to grind weapons in Rogue Galaxy? Do you really, really, really like to grind weapons in Rogue Galaxy? Give me 1 second. Let me stand up. My crate papers. Is that it? I think this. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so are you there? A lot of reskins, so at some point less rewarding to me. All right, are you there? You ready for this? Just do your best. It is a sweet ass weapon. I won't blame you if you can't beat it. All right, Wind, are you ready for this? When you start a new playthrough of Rogue Galaxy, the first thing you should do is buy the 6 wild edges and grand edges. I think there's 4 available in Rosa. Save up enough gold to buy 58 plain edges. Then, once you get to Jeriaca, you're going to save up for 60 rock crushers. Once you have the rock crushers, you're going to combine to make ridge crushers. You'll need 52 of those, as well as 2 volcano crushers. You'll use those to make 18 Gaia crushers, as well as 18 Gaia crusher pluses. You'll need 6 of those. You'll take the rest of the volcano crushers to make 14 shining horns and 18 shining blazons. You'll then make 2 rising suns and 18 crimson fevers. Take the crimson fevers and the rising suns to make 6 Murakumo type 0s and 4 Murakumo type X's. You combine those with Sabalunga 2s, or no, 2 Sabalungas and 2 Spirit Calibers to get 4 Blizzard Edges. And then you make, what do you make the other 2 Blizzard Edges out of? Do I not have that written down? Oh, I'd have to go back and count. Son of a bitch, I got lost. Anyways, you add in 2 Gustbringers, and then that combines into, I think, 2 Judgment Halos And you combine those to make Absolution Halo Plus. And that's the earliest you can make an ultimate weapon in Rogue Galaxy, which is technically Chapter 3. I think it takes like 1,000 hours, but if you ever wanted to know, that's the earliest you can make the ultimate weapons, is Chapter 3. It requires 58 plain edges, 2 grand edges, 6 wild edges, and 60 rock crushers. Start. It took me a while to figure that one out, but I did it. I fucking crushed it. I would never recommend doing it. Ever. It's not even remotely fun. Because Rogue Galaxy has a unique, what do you want to call it? Gameplay mechanic that after you defeat 300 of an enemy, it stops giving you experience. So like if an enemy gives you 50 experience after you defeat 300 of them, it only gives you 1. So it literally forces you to go to the next area if you want to level up. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's so annoying. So like if you basically defeat every enemy in an area as many times as possible till it gives you 1 experience, the earliest you can get that weapon is chapter, I think, 7. I tried to get it my most recent playthrough, and I've gone absolutely insane. I'm in chapter 4, and I think I'm level 38. It's just, it's insane. But you can tell level 5 tries to figure out ways to keep you from getting overpowered. They just don't know how to do it correctly. Like, they definitely come up with creative ways, but they just can't, like, settle on a way to do it. Which is, I think, why Dragon Quest... Because what's funny is Dragon Quest VIII isn't level 5's game. It's Square Enix's. But it's considered one of the best Dragon Quest games ever. And I think that's hilarious because it shows that level 5, when given, like, constraints and ways to do things, can make a brilliant game. Like, when they don't have to come up with ways to do balancing and stuff like that, and, like, how much gold you get at this point in the game, and how much experience every enemy should do. I think when all that's taken care of, like Ni no Kuni, they do really well. But, like, Dark Cloud was just too much for them. I think creating everything and balancing it was just too much. And that really comes to, like, the front with Rogue Galaxy. Like you said, there is no balance. But by God, are they beautiful, fun, and replayable. They're just, it's missing something. I'm not sure what it is because obviously we all like the game. But there's something that the general public just isn't grabbed by. As a kid, I always thought the games were too childish. This is a giant Hama Hama, I think. It's gotta be, right? I mean, it has to be a Hama Hama, but this thing seems big. $140, hello! Honestly, Rogue Galaxy feels like it came... Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that could be simply all it is. Rogue Galaxy just feels like a fever dream. It feels like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy XII, and Dark Cloud all came together, but like in a different reality. When Dark Cloud, like when I realized Dark Cloud was on the PS4, I thought it was really going to do the game some good. I thought maybe people would find it, but just again, I don't think Sony cares. I think if it's not like a blockbuster success, Sony just doesn't care. That like bums me out. Yeah, that's what's crazy. There's tons of streams for Dark Cloud. The subreddit's really popular. I'm excited to see the Discord. I'm gonna try to join that today. I'd like... Oh, shoot, I forgot. I gotta end this recording and then start up another one. I'm at 2 hours and 8 minutes. I am powering through this Coke right now, so I actually feel much more awake right now. Go. I don't like chugging Coke anymore. It makes my stomach hurt. It's too much carbonation. Yeah, it's absolutely a cult classic, that's for sure. I think one of the problems with Reddit, and I think this is a problem with every subreddit, not just Dark Cloud's Reddit, literally every Reddit, is that anytime people show up and they're like, hey, is Dark Cloud 2 good? People are always like, no, you gotta play Dark Cloud 1 better. And it's like, just shut the fuck up. Like, they're not gonna go back to the game store and buy another game. Just, like, tell them what's good about Dark Cloud 2. Come on. Like, I think that's a problem with a lot of cult classics. Like, for instance, Jak and Daxter. People are so divisive on which Jak and Daxter games are actually good. But, like, the fans play all of them. There's absolutely a following for all the games, but, like, the fans that like each one will trash talk all the others. And I think it's so funny as a fan of all three to see that, because it's like, why don't you just talk about what's good for me? But I think that's one of the just problems of Reddit. Yes! Ratchet and Clank fandom is terrible for that. They can't decide on shit. I only recently learned that Ratchet and Clank was actually made from Jak and Daxter. Insomniac needed like help with their code, and Naughty Dog essentially gave them the Jak and Daxter code, and they were like, we promise to change this enough that you can't tell they're the same code. And like, they held their promise. Like, I never knew. I had to watch a fucking like did you know gaming video to find that out. Those are the two I've recently bought. I never played Deadlock, and I'm sad that I didn't, but that was like the end of the PS2 era, if I remember correctly. So I was kind of like moving on from the PS2. But I never disliked the arena aspect of Ratchet. Hilariously, it's always talked about that the arena has the best platforming. So I need to check out Deadlock, but and I need to do playthroughs of Going Commando and Up Your Arsenal. I have such a backlog. And I've been playing Dark Cloud 2 for a fucking year for the, like, 15th time. What is wrong with me? As I catch my 405th fish. Oh my god. I honestly don't know. I like Up Your Arsenal just because of the weapon upgrades, but the fact that the grind boots aren't in the game is just a sin. Like, an absolute sin. I need to play through both of them again. I started playthroughs of both of them again, but, like, I feel like I always get caught between them. Like, they need to be smashed together. Best part is the post. Again, with Reddit, it's just whoever gets the first upvotes. It's classic hive mind mentality, but every so often you stumble into something great on Reddit. That's where I found Pokemon Fan 4000. Somebody was just like, why don't you do this shit? And it was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And they're like, this guy has an entire YouTube channel full of these. Like, what? And it completely changed the trajectory of my playthrough. But most of the time, it's just nonsense. Yelling back and forth about bullshit. Not that, like, game FAQs are any better. could find some game FAQs from like 15 years ago that are fucking hilarious. I got downvoted to hell one time on the Elden Ring subreddit because somebody was like, you're gonna have a bad time farming that item. You should go out and farm some pickled feet. And it was like, well, what if I spend an hour farming pickled feet and I could have just gotten the sword I wanted then? And they're like, you're not gonna spend an hour farming pickled feet. And it was just like, okay, buddy. So, like, I never got the sword after, like, 5 hours of farming. So I went and farmed pickled feet. And after, like, 20 minutes of farming pickled feet, I went back and farmed the sword and didn't get the sword. So I had to go back and get more pickled feet. And I ended up going over an hour of pickled feet farming. And I just thought to myself, like, I hate this person. Like, I wish I could send them this fucking hour of me farming pickled feet. And just be like, I hate you. But I eventually got my swords. It was so funny because it was just like, what do you people want from me? Like, you want me to go farm something even more boring than the weapon I want? Yeah, the beam reflector of Jak 3 is ridiculous. It is just kind of like, hey, use the beam reflector. Dark Souls, yeah. Dark Souls, yeah. I feel bad for Dark Souls, honestly. That was a bunch of people who had a game that they loved, and it got thrown into the spotlight. I mean, what was it, like 2012 to 2015, where literally everything had to be referred to as the Dark Souls of blank? By the Rogue Galaxy. Is that a reference I'm not... Is that, like, actually a thing, or is that a reference I'm missing? I haven't beaten Rogue Galaxy if that's a reference, but if that's actually a thing... Oh, because it's unbalanced. Okay. That's funny. Nice. That flew over my head. No, yeah, the beam reflector literally changes the speed run of the game because you can get reflections that'll just... Oh, shoot. I don't think I'm keeping that one. Have I just caught 3 of those in a row? That's insane. Yeah, a lot of people that play Jak and Daxter don't like Jak 2 specifically. And I can see why. I mean, like, it's a massive jump in, like, what's going on. I mean, you literally go from a fun platformer to a Grand Theft Auto Light. But I have to say, Jak 3 is a beautiful game. I love Jak 3. It's not a great game, but it is a lot of fun. Necropolis was a super neat roguelike, Souls-like kind of game. It's cartoony. If you can get it for like $5, it's a lot of fun. But it's not a long game by any means. Yeah, it's not a bad game. It's just, they're so different. I mean, it's jarring. Although, I remember being a kid and, like, I obsessed over Jak and Daxter. And when Jak 2 came out, it was, like, perfectly done. Like, they nailed the demographic of aging teenage boys. It was perfect. In hindsight, did they alienate a lot of people? Yeah, but, I mean, back then they nailed it. I never, like, got into Dark Souls. It was actually a really weird chain of events that got me into Dark Souls. That's fair. Yeah, that happens. I played a bit of Morrowind when it came out. Oh, it's 2003. Back to it. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was, because those people, like, knew what Jak and Daxter was and what they wanted the next one to be. and then it was totally different. But like every teenager was basically like, yeah, Grand Theft Auto Light, I'm allowed to play this one. And every adult everywhere was just like, what the hell is this? Where's my precursor legacy? But it was weird how I got into Dark Souls. I played Morrowind when it like first came out, and I hated it. That was just kind of cringe looking back at it. Can be, depending on how you look at it. It just means you're growing up. Every so often you can look back and it gets pretty cringe. But I hated Morrowind. And then like years go by, and I had a friend who was just obsessed with Oblivion. And they were like, you gotta play it. You'll love the Shivering Isles. You gotta play it. And I played it, and I got through a vast majority of the story. Not all of it, but a vast majority. And I was like, you know what? I'll try this Shivering Isles nonsense. And I freaking loved it. Morrowind is the third installment of the Elder Scrolls franchise. So it's 2 games before Skyrim. But hilariously, I found out he was giving me 171. Nice. That's a keeper. I found out he was giving me Oblivion because Skyrim was coming out. And it was just like, they're if you like cartoony games, they're probably a little too realistic, but they're great. If you can get Skyrim for $5, it's a year of playing. Easy. But I was like, oh, screw this. Like, no way you're going to pawn this older game off on me. So I got Skyrim, and I became obsessed with Skyrim. However, once you learn the mechanics of Skyrim, it becomes super easy. So I was like, okay, I gotta step my gaming up. There's gotta be something better. So about that time, a game called Dragon's Dogma had come out, and a bunch of my friends were like, this game's difficult. So I was like, see what's up. So I got Dragon's Dogma, and it was way more difficult than Skyrim. But the combat of Dragon's Dogma, in my opinion, is probably top 5 in gaming of all time. The combat in Dragon's Dogma is just... You want to climb a Cyclops and stab him in the eye and break his tusks off? You can. You want to climb on the back of a Chimera and kill the goat? Great. Oh yeah, and you can grab Dragon's Dogma for like $8-9. Phenomenal game. Is the story good? Not really. Phenomenal game though. You'll forget the story even matters after a few hours of playing just because the combat is so good. The leveling up system's a little convoluted. All you really need to know is if you get to the max level, you become God. No matter how you level up, if you screw things up, you play as the wrong class, you do whatever, you just have to get to max level and you become God. But like, it's so good. I've played Dragon's Dogma probably... arguably, probably more than any other game, or just as much as any other game. Just because the gameplay's so good. You don't have to play the story. Just the gameplay is that good. Such a good game. The problem, though, was Capcom didn't really give a shit because they saw how successful Skyrim was, and they were just like, alright, whatever, fuck it, let's stop putting money into this. Ooh! He's massive! My baby! Yeah, they're making Dragon's Dogma 2, and it could save the entire franchise. He's beautiful. I took a picture of him. It's a beaut. That almost makes me want to get rid of my Gila. I think I can get rid of one of my guys, though. 135, 145. Ooh, who do I get rid of? Who is the larger one? Shots. Nope. Nope. 205 was 139. 209 was 130. Wait. 205 was 5. 209 was. That's confusing. Am I saying? Yeah, 205. 205. Oh, so the 203 is the longest one. So wait, the 135, who looks the smallest, is the heaviest. God, this shit's so confusing. What? Alright, you guys stay in there for now. Mr. Healy, you're coming out because I can tell you apart from everybody else. I want to see how big this Bon is. I haven't played Fortnite in so long. But Fortnite is demanding of everybody's respect. Fortnite did some crazy shit. I didn't play Fortnite as much as other games, but I have to say some of the most fun I have ever played gaming came from Fortnite. The Floor is Lava, the first iteration that came to Fortnite, easily one of the greatest gaming times I've ever had. I mean, literally just like an adult's childhood dream of like the Floor is Lava coming to life. It was perfect. However, I can't imagine like the iterations that came after were much fun. Because that's the problem with a lot of online gaming nowadays, is once people find out the meta, it kind of ruins it. Like, I heard that was one big thing with WoW Classic, is as soon as like WoW Classic came out, it lost all the mystique of original WoW because people knew where everything was. They knew how to do stuff. They knew where the farming spots were. So like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just hitting up that nostalgia. Chapter 1, yeah. Maybe I'm hitting up that nostalgia, but I think early Fortnite was special. I could crank some 90s. I definitely wasn't the best. I couldn't edit for shit, but I was good at Fortnite. I never got that many kills, though. I was always a camper. I think the best I did was like 12 or 13 AB. It was a good year in gaming. Things have just gotten so bad so fast. I was reading stuff about microtransactions the other day, and it was just blowing my mind. There was a guy doing a stream, I think it's Pirate Gaming or something, Pirate something. And he was talking about how he spent 2 years working on StarCraft 2, and in that time, like, World of Warcraft released a DLC or something like that, and the freaking DLC made as much money as all of StarCraft 2. And it was just like, my god, I never realized how much money microtransactions make. Like, I knew they made hundreds of millions, but like, I didn't realize that's why companies weren't making good games anymore, just because a microtransaction can make more than like an entire game. It's like unbelievable. But like, I get it. I spent some money on Fortnite. I've spent some money on Apex Legends. I had a gambling addiction when I played Genshin Impact. I've been there. I've been there. I wouldn't say we're in the dark ages, but we're gonna be soon. If microtransactions aren't fixed, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna hit a point where, like, everybody's games suck. Like, you're gonna be forced to pretty much play Dark Souls or a turn-based RPG because all of the mainstream titles are gonna try to squeeze people. There's gonna be a moment where they try to squeeze everybody. And we're close. But like there were still a lot of good games that came out this year. There's still good games coming out. You can't be too picky anymore. It's getting close to the Dark Age. But like, I mean, we're only getting better technology. So like, I don't know. I can't remember who the people were that made Baldur's Gate. Laria? Laria? Laria. I can't remember the name of the studio. Yeah, that's true too. I did notice a lot of people were saying it was the Dark Ages because the Game Awards is filled with nothing but sequels. There's like no new originality. But like that happens every so often. I think genuinely, like, the closest we were to the Dark Ages was when every single company was trying to make a survival game. Nobody was thinking for themselves. Literally, nobody was thinking for themselves. And we got some good survival games out of it, but, like, I think that was the closest, when every single company was just copying each other. Yeah, at least sequels are new. Yeah, some remakes are... yeah. That GTA remake, that was scary. That had me on the fence on whether Rockstar was, like, gonna just plummet or something was, like, getting swept under the radar. But it sounds like they just kind of outsourced to a bad company. But... Nope, I'm excited for the Elden Ring DLC. I have been loving Elden Ring. I'm so sad. Gearbox lost all my service. I've been playing Borderlands and Borderlands 2 again, but like I picked up Borderlands 3 for like half an hour and I just couldn't. So Tiny Tina's Wonderland was just off the plate, off the whatever the menu. I wasn't buying it. They lost me. Final Fantasy's been looking good. I wasn't drawn in by Final Fantasy 16. We need new IPs, or we need companies to actually respect their old IPs. Like, again, Jak and Daxter. I love you, Naughty Dog, and you've done great with, like, The Last of Us. But nobody gives a shit that you're the fucking hardcore, realistic people. Make a fucking Jak and Daxter game, you fucking assholes. Like, you've proven yourselves. You're not fucking Jak and Daxter anymore. But, like, they just don't want to. Oh, yeah, no, Uncharted absolutely took its place. They have the fucking artwork that shows the realistic Daxter and everybody, but, like... Man, it's been almost 12 years. Like, they can move on. Like, Uncharted is its own thing. Like, it's got a TV show. Yeah, like, they've done it. Well, see, that's the problem, is Jak 4 is a thing. The fucking Lost Frontier, but, like... I mean, they could go back and remake Jak and Daxter and all that stuff and make it realistic. Make it cartoon. Do whatever. I just think so many companies saw their window of time to like, we could have made Jak 5, but we moved on. And it's just like, okay, why not go back to it? And it's just like, there's so many companies who just don't want to go back to it. Like, Pokemon's the fucking worst about that shit. The Pokemon Company makes me so angry. I don't know if I'll ever give money to the Pokemon Company again, just because of how horrible of developers they are. I mean, like, they're almost terroristic against their fans. I haven't bought a new Pokemon game since Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, just because it just doesn't interest me. I still like playing Pokemon games. I do. But, like, at some point I had to realize that they went in a direction that just wasn't fun for me. This is a decent fish. What do I got going? Yeah, Pokemon's in the Dark Ages. You are, yeah, absolutely. They are doing some funky stuff. It was, before Legends Arceus, they literally admitted that they had their B team making the Pokemon games. Like, they admitted they no longer had their A team working on Pokemon games, and they were focused on trying to make a game better than Pokemon. And it was like, I wouldn't tell anybody that. Because not only is your Pokemon game bad, but your other games are bad. What, Jojo? Oh, I forgot to end this episode. What am I... Oh, no! I almost missed the fish, and I just realized I'm at 2 hours and 35 minutes. Whoops. Alright, so I'm going to have to stop this one. I'm not going to end the stream. I'm just going to stop this recording. Oh, nice. It's a Hama Hama. I hope one day Pokemon returns. There's a chance.